The SA Terroir Wine Awards are really very special. And to see this year 36 national winners from different areas, different terroirs, and from new varieties and new participants is really encouraging.
We as winemakers often get asked, what is the meaning of the word or the term terroir? Terroir is a French term that refers to the unique combination of the environmental factors. The factors that affect the taste and the character of a wine. It's almost like a fingerprint. No two places on earth are exactly alike, and that is what makes terroir so special.
The top wine for SA Terroir Awards 2024 goes to Springfontein Wine Estate with their Jonathan's Rich Pinotage. Emil Weber. What is special about this amazing wine?
It is a Pinotage from maritime limestone soils, which is quite unique to South Africa. It is a wine of origin Springfontein Rim, which is our what we dare to call our monopole appellation. So it is grown on maritime limestone soil, very close to the Atlantic Ocean with a very cool microclimate. And it is certified organic. So we try to intervene as little as possible in both the vineyards and the cellar. We pretty much only add sulfate. And it comes from one of our oldest and one of the most beautiful blocks on our estate, which is overlooking the Klein River Valley and the lagoon. All of our wines have a great aging potential. So I believe we produced our first harvest in 2005, and up until this date we have never opened a bottle which was over the top. So the wines are only getting better with time, but already at this stage it's at a great drinking potential.
Then the top wine estate, ladies and gentlemen, congratulations, Lawrenceford Wines, Hannes Nel and Timothy Witbooi. Well done, baie geluk. Both the SA Terroir Trophy for the top estate and the top producer this year were awarded to Lawrenceford Estate in Somerset West. Lawrenceford entered the national winner wines for Cap Classique, Merlot and Petit Syrah, which played a key role in naming the two top trophy winners.
Lawrenceford is quite a unique estate, situated in Somerset West. We're part of appellation Stellenbosch, but we're much cooler. We're about 5 to 8 degrees cooler than the rest of the Stellenbosch region. That's because of our proximity towards the oceans. We get the cool sea breeze coming into the estate and then just cooling down the grapes. We're keeping the cool air into the estate because we're surrounded by mountains. We're privileged that we have 4,000 hectares that we can farm on. We chose the best 50 hectares to plant the best vineyards on. So we spoiled for choice, and we can plant the best vineyards on the best sites and really hero the terroir on our estate on various different wines. So thank you for the awards.
The top single vineyard for 2024 goes to Lavier's Wines for their Apogee Pinot Noir 2022. Christo Kotse asseblief.
It's a vineyard that we're very proud of. It seems to be very consistent as we're sort of reaching a maturity level, which is it's starting to show a bit more of where I think it's going to end up down the line, because we're sort of running in its middle teens at this stage. So it seems that a lot of the erratic periods in the beginning are starting to mellow out, and that's just allowing us to make wines that are really constant and really focused in style that we're trying to showcase. We on the property are big believers in showcasing sites. And individual farming them individually, as well as trying to express them as best as possible. And I think that this is just sort of a bit of a testament to what we sort of strive to achieve anyway. We're pretty proud about what we're doing currently.
The SA Terroir Trophy for top area this year was awarded to the Theewaters Kloof Ward in the Overberg district, thanks to the Eerste Hoop wine cellar near Villiersdorp. This cellar entered the national winners for Chardonnay and Red Blend, while 5 of their other entries were also the top wines of the Overberg district.
Yeah, so the Theewaters Kloof area, we are actually surrounded by apple trees and pear trees. So the owner in 2005, he took the chance by taking out apple trees and planting vineyard, and which is paying off now for the first time. We are situated on the gravel road between Vliersdorp and Potterrivier, and we are very, very close to the Theewaterskloof Dam, which is the largest dam in the Western Cape. So I think the unique part about the terroir is we have on the farm we have different pockets of different soil types. We have a river running through our farm, which is cooling down the lower parts of the farm very, very well, especially for our Chardonnay blocks. And it's planted on the westerly slope, so it gets a little bit less active sun in the afternoon, which is doing very well, and the wind is coming up every afternoon, so it gets that cooling down effect of the wind as well.
I think Benny, in 19 years, it's still good to see there's growth every year. There's more participants, more wineries entering into the competition. I had a look now at some of the names, some of the wineries being here present today, and it's good to see all the way from the, let's say, the southern coast around, all around to the west coast. There are wineries from all over the winelands, and it just shows you how different wineries from different terroirs can express different wines, and it's good to see them entering into this competition.
It is important to know that we also gave respect and time to each and every wine, because a competition would not be a competition of this sort if you people did not get respect for every wine that you entered. Because all the wines entered in this competition are excellent. They're all wines with identity. They're all wines with a specific terroir. So we never try and look to see which is the best terroir. We just see which wine, does the wine show typicity in the bottle, the variety, does it show typicity, does the blend, does it show typicity? And the beauty is we really did not have a single bottle that was not enjoyable to taste. I just want to say, Eat Your Heart Out, it is one of the best competitions to judge. I think it is, and I think my fellow judges would say the same. So thank you very much.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we have the first of the national winners. 4 wineries yielded 2 national winners each, showing their excellence in terroir-driven winemaking in different and very diverse areas. They are Eerste Hoop Wine Cellar from Vliersdorp with their Chardonnay and Rhone blend, Neertlingshof Estate in Stellenbosch with their Gewürztraminer and short story collection Maria Noble Late Harvest, Sarensberg Cellar from Tulbagh with a Viognier and Shiraz, and Springfontein Estate from Stanford with Chanel and a single vineyard Jonathan Ridge Pinotage.
Dit is actually so uniek om met so 'n stukkie grond te werk. Dit is 17 hektaar die totale plaasgrootte en 11 hektaar daarvan is het wingerd. So om net daarmee te kan werk en elke jaar te kan werk met wat jy kry en selfs die Chardonnay blokke wat ons het elke jaar verskil het. Van die jare is die blok wat verlede jaar die beste was, is nie hierdie jaar nie. So dis 'n ongelooflike voorreg om te werk met wat ons het.
Ons is so bevoorreg, ons plaas is in 2 dele verdeel. Een deel lê op die hange van die Sarensberg en die ander gedeelte lê in die middel van die Tulbagvallei. So van die bopunt van die boonste plaas tot die onderkant van die onderste plaas is 4 km soos die kraai vlieg. So elke gedeelte het sy eie verskillende grondtipes, eie mikroklimaat en dit laat ons toe om verskillende wyne te maak wat ons dan op die ou einde kan saamblend en net die perfekte blends bymekaar kan sit.
I believe there's a reason there's so many single vineyard wines here today, because a single vineyard wine is the best to showcase your terroir. In our case, Pinotage next to Chanel is what we focus on. So the Jonathan Ridge is one of our flagship wines that we are particularly proud of. I already gave you some details on our terroir. What I want to mention in addition is that with the 2018 Jonathan Ridge to Pinotage, we were able to vinify our first vintage under appellation of Springfontein Rim, which pretty much summarizes our unique terroir, and we sometimes dare to call it our monopole appellation, which is not a term in the South African wine industry yet.
The Heritage Vineyards category, comprising vineyards of 35 years and older, brought 3 winners to the competition. The best white wine was the Kullenhof Stellenbosch 1679 Bushvine Chenin Blanc, while the best red wine was named as the Pekinius Kloof Karel van Zyl Old Vine Grenache Noir. An Old Vineyard Noble Late Harvest wine was this year named as winner for the first time, the Neertlingshof short story collection Maria Noble Late Harvest.
So van waar af hierdie druiwe kom, dit is van een van ons ingeskrewe lede. Miskien sal van julle hulle ken, dit is by die Sonneplaas, dit is se pa en 'n seun, Gawie en Jacques de Bois. Om vir julle presies te sê waar die plaas is, dit is basies net bokant Safari Outdoor. Dis op 'n kop, is so amper so 300 meter bo seespieël. Natuurlik is 'n ou wingerd, so is geplant in 1982 en is geënt op Rigter 99. Ryrigting is suidwes tot noordoos. So die blok kry redelik baie sonenergie deur die dag. Natuurlik met 'n konstante wind, so ek dink sy rypwording is ook baie egalig en stadig.
By die Noble Late Harvest, dis maar 'n spesiale een. Ek het die eerste keer Noble Late Harvest ervaar en gemaak saam met De Wet toe ek in 2019 my pars by Neertlingshof as deel van my internskap aangepak het. En ja, geplant in 1986, dis 'n 3 hektaar blok heeltemal onbesproeid. Ingekom ons pres program is omtrent so 48 uur, so ons pres hom oor 2 dae, bloot oor die feit dat jy eintlik maar bloed uit 'n klip uit probeer tap met die rosientjies wat jy inkry en met die edelvrot op. Ons gis hom in stainless steel en hierdie jaar het ons 'n klein gedeelte gedoen in 'n 300 liter Franse eikehout vaatjie ook, waarna kort daarna ons stabiel gemaak het en gebottelleer het.
The Karel van Zyl is quite a special and unique vineyard. It was planted by Karel van Zyl in 1973 from cuttings that he actually made from a neighboring farm. So it's planted on Pekinius Kloof Plateau. It's 700 meters above sea level, sandy loam soil, so good drainage. And yeah, for 51 years, it survived many droughts and many stormy winters. And yeah, it's quite a very unique feeling that you get when you stand in that special vineyard. Some of those vines are actually taller than I am. So yeah.
A rare Spanish white wine cultivar, Albarino, this year excelled with a top score in this coveted competition as a national winner for the first time for this cultivar, in the form of the Bellingham, the Bernard Series Single Vineyard Albarino 2023. Zoetendal Vineyards entered for the first time and walked away with a national winner certificate for Sauvignon Blanc.
This 2023 vintage of Albarino, it's actually our maiden vintage of Albarino. And I think for most of us in South Africa, we are not familiar with Albarino. So for us, it was also like, we are actually still experimenting with the variety. And it's actually exciting to see, like, with the start of the variety that we already, see good results and there's potential for the variety in South Africa. And I think with that, it's about location. I think I'm standing here as the winemaker, but I think the viticulturist and the farmer, the producer, I think they actually need to get the recognition for this award. And all the people that work in the vineyards. It's in Philadelphia, Cape Town. So it's close to the ocean. It's about 12 kilometers from Table Bay. In line with Melkbos Strand. So close to the oceans, nice winds coming in from Table Bay. It seems like it was the perfect site for Albarino.
So Zoetendal Vineyard is situated in Elim in Cape Agulhas, so quite cool climate with lots of wind really push you to be innovative in producing wines. And we always say we produce wines that showcase resilience. And the coffee clip soils in our climate, of course, gives this beautiful character and herbal notes to the wine, quite green, fresh, flinty. And that's what we want to showcase with this style. The 2023 vintage, when I arrived, I said to the guys in the cellar, we need to try something different. And we've actually used the 23 vintage and put it on older barrels for 8 months. And it's called the Zoeterdaal Sauvignon Blanc Limited Release, because every year we try to be innovative with that block and do something different. So thank you very much to the Terroir Awards for showcasing and awarding wines that really shows their resilience and where they are rooted in their soils. And as winemakers and farms, of course, for us, the importance is to preserve the integrity of the grape and not really to change what nature and God has given us. So thank you very much.
The festive occasion of these awards was extended by a celebration of culinary delight under the guidance of one of the finest chefs in the winelands, Stephen Fraser.
I think one of the biggest things with me when looking and designing kind of a menu for a day like this with the wine lovers and connoisseurs that we have today, I'm looking to bring some flavors and some structure to my dishes that will kind of work well and kind of try and kind of pair with those beautiful wines that they're getting.
Before we conclude our afternoon, I would like to say a great word of thanks. In the first place, again, to our 3 sponsors, to Ontbytsake, SA Lito, and Winfield United SA. Thank you very much. Can we give them another round of applause, please, ladies and gentlemen? Baie dankie.
For us, being here at the Terroir Awards, it's all about celebrating excellence. Excellence in winemaking, excellence as far as the winemakers are concerned. But I also want to highlight excellence in terms of the Terroir team. From Ontbytsake's side, it's fantastic to work with the likes of the core team such as yourself, Benny, you, Elsabe and Christu. And it's working with excellence in this regard that will always bring us back and to try and see if we can add something to this prestigious event.
Thanks, Benny. Thanks for having us again. It's an absolute privilege to be back. This is one of the highlights of my year, my social year, and it's a Lito social year. This year, excited to see proudly South African, the Terroir, it's synonymous with SA Lito, being a proudly South African company, 121st year, so, we're excited. We're excited to see who the winners are. When I look at it, it's the cream of the crop, and I'm really, really excited.
Benny, thank you very much. It's great to be back. It's great to be associated with this competition. As Winfield United, we're really committed to make a difference. We're really committed towards sustainable agriculture. And this is an opportunity for us to interact with our customers, to actually understand what their needs are, and through our various businesses to help them in that regard. And if we work together, I believe that we can really make a difference, and that's the role that we want to play.
Let us all raise a glass to the magic of terroir. May our appreciation for these exceptional wines deepen our connection to the vineyards, the winemakers, and the craft that brings them to life.
The results of the 2024 SA Terroir Wine Awards have again proved the quality and the uniqueness of our terroirs in South Africa. From the single vineyards to the estates to the areas, wines that have delighted the judges for 36 national winners, 5 trophies, and wines that we can be proud of in South Africa. Truly amazing wines.